Hey everybody, how's it going? I am Sethum, and in this video I'm going to show you folks how to irrigate crops in Arc. Now this is going to be a fairly short video. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible, as the purpose of this entire video is to show you folks how to irrigate your crops. So if you folks enjoy this video and find it useful, please do not forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more similar content. And if you have just subscribed, remember to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new content. Also, for those who have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And with that being said and done, if you guys want to hang out with me or have any questions and want me to answer them, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this can be found down below in the video's description as well as in a pinned comment. So first things first, I am going to take my tech elevator all the way up, tech gear elevator all the way up. This is where my crops are. They are on top of my base. And what I've done is I have built a greenhouse and I've placed some crops inside, well, some large crop pots inside and some on the outside. The first thing we're going to do is going to place a pipe intersection. You can do this with metal or stone, it doesn't matter, but this will allow us to set the base for our irrigation system and make it as even as possible. Also, I just remembered I need some other bits and pieces as well, so I'll go and get them out of the vault. With regards to the pipe intersection that I have just placed down, I have placed it down there that way, so that way I can evenly space out my pipes throughout the irrigation system. Now you can start from a number of places. You can start from the water that you're going to drop water from. You can start from a building. However, I find it easy to start my irrigation system from the crops that I've planted down. That way all the pipes will match up. So I placed a vertical pipe. Now we're going to go with with intersections. I do apologize. So they are pipe intersections. We're just going to do that all the way. And I didn't get enough intersections, so I'm going back down to get some more. However, the entire irrigation system will be above the crops, and as such I am going to use a intersection. Now you can also of course level it on the ceiling or foundation that you're wanting to build. I personally prefer to have it above the crops, but that is a personal preference. So what you see me do, you can also do it on the ground. Once we have finished placing down the pipe intersections, which I'll show you later on, we're going to place some taps. Again, there are two variations of pipes and taps. So there is metal and there is stone. In terms of design, the pipes are very similar to just that pipes, whereas the taps are somewhat different in design, and you can choose whichever one suits your needs. I will personally go for the stone taps. So once you've done one line of pipe intersections, we will connect another line, and you'll see why in a little bit. So that looks okay to me. And now these are the taps. You can place these if you want, or you can place the stone ones. The stone ones I think look better for this particular task, which is why I am going to use them. And so we'll place them where the two pipe intersections meet, and that way we will make sure that all of our crop plots will receive water. So I'll do that on this end as well. I don't think you need to place as many taps within this particular range, within such a short range of each other. However, I like things to be uniform, which is why I'm doing it this way. Each tap has a radius which will water the crops, but because I've gone for the intersections and I prefer things to look nice and tidy, I will try and keep it all the same. So this part up here is now done. The next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to connect it to water. So the pipes here are just connected to the base, and that's it. Now we're going to need to draw pipes all the way down to a water source and then use an irrigation pipe so that we get water to the crops. So I know it placed there because it only connects to another pipe. So we're going to go with the pipes all the way down, all the way underneath the base, as I want to try and keep them as concealed as possible. There we go. And we'll go one more down. So now the pipe will run underneath my base. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove a foundation and continue going lower with it, like so. And because I want my crops as close to the ground as possible, I am going to come as low as possible. You don't have to do this. It's whatever suits your needs. And once you've got it low enough, you then place a pipe intersection, and that will allow you to place the pipes in the direction of the closest body of water to your base, which is what I am currently doing. I am going to continue going lower and lower. I want the pipe to come out as low and close to the ground as humanly possible. And this, as I said before, is simply a personal preference. You can make the pipes go above the base, at the same level with the base. It really does not make any difference in the way you construct this. So once we are out of the base, I am obviously going to use several cheats to construct this quickly, as obviously this is to do with, I just realized I have accidentally destroyed a pillar instead of a wall, which kind of sucks. So I'll have that to replace. However, going back to the pipe, as I said, it really makes no difference which way you go. In terms of PvP, you will want to hide these because they can be destroyed fairly easily. However, in terms of PvP, it really doesn't make a difference. I only choose to hide my pipes for things to be more aesthetic and pleasing to the eye, at least where possible. And for that reason, I am going close to the ground because I can place foundations on top of it and stuff like that. So I'm nearly out of my base. This is not very nice. I'm going to use a intersection right here, and that is because I want to avoid this little mound over here, this little change in difference in terrain. So with that, I'm going to place another intersection. So kind of like, okay, just trying to see where the water is. Okay, I've got the idea. So instead of placing another vertical pipe, I'm going to go for an intersection, and then we go with vertical pipes as far out as possible. Now obviously, because you won't be using cheats, you will probably do this off of a flyer, which can be done. It is a bit fiddly, but once you have lowered it enough, you will be able to connect it to the water via a pipe intake, which obviously goes in the water. So now what I need to do from this point on is I need to connect my pipes to the water, and once the pipes are in the water and submerged, I will then finish it off with a pipe intake. Now because the vertical pipe is too close to the cliff, I'm going to place a horizontal pipe to get some clearance from the cliff once I get close enough. There we go. And then I will go back to placing vertical pipes until I get very close to the ground and don't have to fly anymore. As I said before, you can do this off of a flyer if need be. I'm just going to quickly sort out that dillo, as I don't want it to get in the way of my pipes. Actually sorted out a bit of an overkill there. And I'm going to continue going down with the pipes until I am just above the ground. As you can see, it's obstructed again, so I will place another horizontal pipe. And the idea is, I personally like to run them as close to structures or cliffs as possible. It just looks a lot more aesthetic to me. In terms of PvP, these things are easily destroyed, and it does help if you can hide them underneath foundations and buildings. We'll go that way, another one down, and now I'm going to go all the way to the water. Now I have a rock in the way, so I cannot go through the rock. I'm going to have to demolish the rock. So I'm going to harvest it. That's now done. I'm going to continue all the way until I am above the water. Like so. And at this point I will now place a water intake, which I don't have with me, so I'm going to have to nip over to my base, get one out of my vault. And once I have that, I will place it. Once I have placed it, you will notice that the pipes will go from the grey color to blue. So on metal you will have a slight blue color added to it once the pipes are irrigated. On stone they will turn completely blue. And I also have this that needs filling back up. So I've got my irrigation pipe right here, my water intake pipe, sorry, which I'm going to place at the end of all the pipes that I've got down there. I need a ceiling to cover up the hole that I have just made. And let's go and place this intake and show you exactly what happens with the pipes. Once the pipes have turned blue, you know that you have water running through them. If they are not blue, as you can see right there, they've all got a bit of a blue tint to them. If they are still grey, then that means it is not connected to the water, or somewhere along the lines there is a break in your piping, so you might need to repair that. Dinos can also damage it, and as you can see, all of my plants and crop pots are being irrigated. Now all you need to do is place down seeds inside the crop plot as well as fertilizer, and you have yourself a farm. That is it. That is how you irrigate your crop plots. You can also use jars with water, as well as building up reservoirs that will accumulate water depending on where you are on the map and what you find easier. To this you can also attach other sorts of irrigation systems that will lead water to things that you may need, so for example the industrial cooker. That is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, please do not forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new for more similar content, and if you have just subscribed to the channel, remember to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new content. Also, for those interested in hanging out with me, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this can be found down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment. Until next time, stay safe, folks.